lie there in that old curiosity shop.
So a few people wanted to have a closer look at these homemade Christmas ornaments. Here they are, all laid out on the kitchen counter. There are 47 of them. And what I've decided to do is I'm going to sell them in groups of 5. Not necessarily the way that you see them right now, but and I don't have a whole lot of light back here, so I hope you can see. I'll just kind of zoom in and let you take a closer look. But here are rows of, forget what's, the ones in the front, well, let me show you. The ones in the front are sort of much more unique in their shape, as you can see. And then 2 that have silk on them. So I'm kind of holding the ones in the front with their unique shape aside. So we'll pull those out. Okay, let me back up so you can really see it. Those 7 in the front are somewhat unusual. And then in the back are 40, right? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And I believe I'm going to sell them in lots of 5. I might add one unusual one to each lot and have lots of 6. These are the casualties that were in the bottom of the box. Now I'm actually going to fish through all of these and see if I can figure out where they go, but these guys are really complete. I can't imagine the hours. Each pin with each bead and sequin on it. That's a lot of work. So I'll just zoom over these. What's your favorite? I like this one. I like them all. There's my lunch, which I made. This is iceberg lettuce, horseradish cheese, turkey breast or chicken breast on a multi-grain wrap with horseradish mustard. Yum, yum, yum. Up, carnival glass vase. It's Fenton. It's called Fine Rib. It is blue. I think everybody there. Yeah. I think everybody knows that you look at the base color of a vase to determine to what color it is, even though you look at this and you see all the colors of the rainbow. It's actually would be called blue. And that, I don't know. This, I paid $3 for it, and I'm not a carnival glass expert at all, so that thing sells anywhere from like 10 bucks to 30 bucks online. It's not rare, and I'm just going to throw it on and let it go. And I might get 10 bucks for it, and I might get 30. Who knows? It's only I think a 7-inch vase, but it's pretty. All right, I'm going to eat my wrap, figure out where they go, then I'll show you some more stuff. See you in a little bit. Bye. I also just picked up what's called a swing frame, and this is a triple swing frame. I'm going to show it to you. It's from the 1920s. These frames, you'll hear people refer to them as carved. There's nothing carved on this. This is all gesso, which is actually a plaster, and it's molded and mass produced. And you can always tell gesso because when it chips, and you can see over here, it turns white underneath. Now I polished this up with some scratch cover so all the little gesso chips wouldn't appear terribly white. But that's really common for these frames. I'll back up because it's a pretty big frame. You can find single swing frames, double. I've never seen a fourple. I know there's no such word as that. But triple I think is as big as they get, and this is the first time I've ever bought a triple. The reason they're called swing frames is because everything is swingable. They turn here, they're movable. So that's really neat. So it's a really neat way to angle. I actually, when I got it, it had the glass in it, but no pictures. I had it actually put some family pictures in it so that when I take photographs of the frame, it won't be it just won't be plain reflective glass. And I think it's a little more charming and gives someone an idea of how they could decorate with it. So no, I'm not selling the family portraits. These are actually my grandparents on either side when they fell in love. And that's my grandmother there. My grandfather on that. So my grandparents are gone, but I knew them well, have extremely fond memories. That's in the side yard with the fence in the back and the old house back there. And of course my mother and aunt and uncle are still living. So anyway, I don't know, should I keep the frame? It looks good in there, but I don't need another picture frame in this joint. I have enough as it is, but I don't know, maybe I'll keep it. And that should, that frame could sell for anywhere between 30 and 50 bucks online, actually, yeah. And I picked it up for $5. Hope you like it. Well, if you ever wondered what I get myself up to on a rainy day, here's your answer. Well, I told you I bought this huge bag of buttons, which I spent about $2 or $3 on. And I cleaned them, rinsed them all off, and then dried them off. And now I'm kind of just like separating them because I'm trying to put some of the matching buttons together, and then I'll probably put the rest of them in jars or some other kind of packaging, which I'll then sell. Anyway, I'll let you look at the ones that I have matched up first. And we've got everything here from Bakelite, well, from celluloid to Bakelite. There are glass buttons here, and there are mother of pearl. There are shell buttons here. These two right here are Bakelite, which is a type of plastic. Not all plastic is Bakelite, and anyway. Look at all these red buttons here, which remind me of the 1940s and 50s, and blue, and stars. These are actually like glass. Some of these are very 60s looking. Nautical. These are unique. They have a very interesting shape. These are glass. Those are glass. These over here I haven't, some of these are shell, some are mother of pearl. In here are the glass. These are all the ones that are actually glass. And there are actually a couple marbles in here. Let me see if I can hold still. This is really cool. Where is it? Right here. Isn't that neat? And that, I know that looks like a marble, but it does have holes in it right there, you see, to be sewn on. So, yeah, the rest of these are all glass. This looks like it's broken off of a piece of jewelry, but it actually has holes in it as well, which you may or may not be able to see. And there were a couple of those in here to be sewn on. I'm zooming back out again to give you the scope of all of these buttons. Let's see, these are really cool right here. These kind of have a 1920s look. And these are glass as well, with some hand-painted accents on them. So I think I'm gonna, if I can find like sets of 4 or more, I'm gonna group some together for people who do vintage clothing and really want actual sets of buttons. Those 4-leaf clovers are cool. And then there's some big ones over here, kind of 1940s, 50s. You can pretty much tell this collection of buttons is really turn of the century into the 1960s. There are some silk covered buttons in here as well. That looks like another glass button right there. But I am not going to actually spend any more time on these trying to match them up. I think I pretty much matched up everything that I wanted to match up. So I'll give you another look over here. Kind of zoom in. There's kind of an iridescent one. There's several of those in here. And the glass buttons again. All right, so that's it. That's the button collection getting ready to be packaged up somehow and sold. Anybody see anything they like? Any of you crafters out there have any ideas? All right, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the button tour. See you later.